Hi guys, my name's my name is Brian James and welcome to DB Automotive. So this is my weekly update on what I've been doing. Now, if you've been following the channel, you'll know that I'm weaning myself off the Clubman style car, although there is still a little bit I do need to show you for the work I've done this week. And we're starting in on the SB3 Bedford bus that I've got behind me. So if you're following the channel, thank you very much. We do appreciate you. So what have I been doing? Well, what I've done is I've prioritized a list of what I need to do on the bus. Basically, before I start anything on the interior, I need to get this mechanically sound. That means started, running right, and the brakes working. So for any of that to start, I need to jack up the bus. And now the brakes for me are the most important thing. The ability to stop is very, very important, especially when you've got 10 ton of bus behind you and you're going downhill. So brakes are extremely important. To that effect, I've prioritized the brakes to be one of the first things I get stuck into. Now, it's really hard to do brakes with the wheels still on. I'm not a magician, I'm afraid. So first thing I need to do is create a jacking platform or get a jacking platform so that I can jack the bus up and put axle stands under it, or make axle stands to be able to take the weight, so that I can then take the wheels off and start looking at the brakes proper. I suspect that they've already been stainless steel lined, the brake master cylinders, but I don't know that for a fact, so they've got to come out, they've got to be inspected. At the very minimum, I need to look at the brake pads themselves to see how well worn they are, to see if there's any oil on them, and predominantly maybe to change the rubber parts in the brake master cylinders as well, because it has been sitting for a while. So jacking up the bus. So what I've done is I've looked at decent jacking platforms from various companies around here in Hamilton, and they're running at around 500 bucks. Now, I know you can get cheaper, but do you want to trust your life with something really cheap? Now, those $500 platforms, they look really good. But I've decided to make my own. Now, the one we see down here, this has cost me the whopping amount of the cost of two M24 galvanized threaded rod. That's it. So, tell you what, why don't I grab you and take you for a walk? Now, I'll go through the jacking platform and I'll probably take you over to the Clubman style car and show you the sign writing that's been put on it. So, let's go. Right, now, also, as opposed to the last videos I've had from the previous days, I am hoping that I have cured the sound problems that I've had. So we will see. Okay, so now here's our jacking platform. It's basically a whole load of 4x2 or 50x100 if you want to use metric, sandwiched together and then bolted and clamped together. As you can see, the M24 nuts and big steel squish plates, or staples really. These here are staples that I've made up at work just with a couple of pieces of angle. Now, we had scrap lying around work, so that cost me nothing. The wood, as you see it, it's on its end to give it extra strength. Now, the glue that I've used is a polyurethane glue that we used for putting in windows on the super yachts at Alloy Yachts, and we had a whole lot left lying around, so I've grabbed a couple of sausages of it. It's incredibly strong. It can hold bollards onto boats, so it will definitely hold this platform together. So really, if you're jacking up off the ground, especially if the ground is soft ground, but not everyone has the luxury of restoring their bus on concrete. So if you're jacking up off soft ground, you want a hard platform to jack up off and to put your jack stands on so the bus doesn't sink into the ground, and potentially risking your life to do it. Now, you don't want to make your jack stand so heavy that you can't use it. As you can see, this is light enough for me to lift and maneuver around under the bus. While we're talking about what's been done to the bus, you may not see it too well. Let's see if we can, but I've just cleaned and prepped the tyres so they're nice and clean and shiny. Now that may not seem much, but it's always extra protection. It's a silicone-based tyre cleaner that you can buy at any of your local hardware stores. And once again, anything you've got that protects what you've got for a very cheap price, do it. Can't be silly. Okay, so let's go and I'll show you what I mean by grabbing some old pallets. And most industrial sites and industrial parks around the world have an over excess of old pallets, and they throw them out. And that is really good wood to grab. So you go around and grab yourself some old pallets. Here's one that I've grabbed. As you can see, the wood is free and it's in good condition. And that's basically the wood that I've used on the jack stand. Now, I used the thinner style of wood so I can get the strength. I didn't need to use the big stuff. I've got other projects in mind for that. As you can see, here in New Zealand, we're in the middle of fall. So there's the bus in all its glory under the sun. Now, if you've been following the channel because of the Clubman style car, there she is. As I said, I've got some of the decals in from I Say Ding Dong up in England. Very fast, efficient service. I'm very happy with what I got. There we go, DB Automotive. And as you come around, there's a whole lot of things. Punk is not dead. And so I've still got some more basically stickers. I've still got some more stickers on the way, and once I get in, that's basically finished. I still need a speedo. We'll go outside and take you up to the bus. I still need to get a speedo for the car, temperature gauge, and some oil in the gearbox, but other than that, she's ready to rumble. Okay, so that's just a quick look of what I've been up to this week with the projects that we've got on hand. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, please hit like and subscribe. I really appreciate every single subscriber we've got. I really do appreciate you guys. If you've got any questions, just pop them up in the comments below, and I'll endeavour to do my very best to be able to answer your questions for you. Other than that, you guys have a great day. Thank you very much.